The Population Challenges, Topic 4, Part 2. In this part, we will learn on population change and age structure, the demographic transitions, and lastly, stabilizing the human population. Earth has carrying capacity. However, the human has repeatedly raised the carrying capacity by developing technology to overcome the natural limits on our population growth. As our population climbs up beyond 7 billion, we must yet continue to find ways to raise our carrying capacity. However, we have no reason to presume that human numbers can go on growing indefinitely. Demographers study population size, density, distribution, age structure, sex ratio, rate of birth and death, immigration and emigration of people. Each of these characteristics is useful for predicting population dynamics and environmental impacts. The age structure displays the age and sex composition of a population. The area of each horizontal bar on the histogram represents the size of a certain age and gender group. The data is valuable to predict future dynamics of human population. Basically, a population made up mostly of individuals past reproductive age will tend to decline over time. Meanwhile, a population with many individuals of productive and reproductive age is likely to increase. On the other hand, a population with an even age distribution will likely remain stable as birth keep pace with death. As mentioned in the previous video, the population change is a result of rates of birth and death, immigration and emigration. Birth and immigration will add more individuals to a population, whereas death and emigration will remove individuals from a population. In today's scenario, the immigration and emigration also play increasing role of human population expansion. Total fertility rate can also influence the population change. The total fertility rate, or TFR, is the average number of children born per woman during her lifetime. In 2005, average global TFR was 2.7 children per woman. The replacement level fertility is the number of children a couple must bear to replace themselves. It is slightly higher than 2 children per couple. That is 2.1 in developed countries and 2.5 in some of developing countries. If the total fertility rates drop below 2.1, it means that the population size will shrink. Demographers have closely examined the birth and death rates of Western European countries that become industrialized during the 19th century. From this data, they have developed a hypothesis of population change known as the demographic transition. Demographic transition is a model of economic cultural change first proposed in the 1940s and 1950s by the demographers Frank Notenstein to explain the declining death and birth rate that have occurred in Western nations as they industrialize. Nations moved from a stable pre-industrial state of high birth and death rates to a stable post-industrial state of low birth and death rates. Industrialization causes this rate to fall by first decreasing mortality and then lessening the need for large families. In the first stage, the birth rate and death rates are high. In this phase, the population is stable because high birth rates and death rates cancel each other out. In stage 2, improvement in healthcare and sanitation brought about by technological development, including advances in medicine and improving economic conditions, has caused the death rates to fall. However, birth rate in stage 2 tends to remain high. In stage 3, As countries continues to develop economically, birth rates begin to decrease and the population growth slow. Finally, over time, birth rate and death rates come into balance. Population growth is stopped in stage 4. To help usher a transition to stage 4 of demographic transition, most population experts believe that less developed countries must institute aggressive family planning. Family planning allows couples to determine the number of spacing and offsprings. Family planning programs can accelerate the decline in the birth rate and are responsible for a 40 to 50% decline in fertility rates in the less developed nation since 1960s. Family planning programs offer various means of birth control such as device, methods, or chemical designed to reduce birth in population. Besides, empowering women by education, paying jobs, and human rights could slow down the population growth. Women tend to have fewer children if they are educated, hold a paying job outside their home, and not have their human rights suppressed. Last but not least, a forced family planning program involves strict governmental limitation on a family size has been done in a certain nation such as China. In this program, women who already have one child have been forced to have abortions. The government only supplements monthly income of couples who pledge to have only one child. This program is basically designed to reduce the China's population of 1.3 billion to 700 or 800 million. So that's all for today. See you in the next topic. Bye.